Y'all remember how I told y'all back when Amo fumbled her moment to save the team that all this was doing was setting up for the inevitable blossoming of her abilities? Well, look no further because Gachiakuta just teased the ever-loving shit out of us with Rudo being dangled around like a carrot on a stick in front of Amo. And speaking of Rudo-sensei hitting us with the tease, don't think we ain't peeped the photographer leaving the scene as Amo was walking by Goka and Zanka. Anyway, what's going on everybody? DomoSenpai here, and today we're here to talk about chapter 154 of Gachiakuta. And if y'all are new to the channel and have yet to subscribe, man, make sure y'all go ahead and hit that big old red subscribe button underneath the video. Consider helping us get to 20,000 subscribers, and while you're at it, use your hype if you already haven't. We're moving at a pretty steady pace, and I feel like we're gonna hit one of my goals, which is 15,000 by my birthday if things line up perfect. But before we get into this video, I just want to say thank y'all so much for supporting me, man. Y'all give me the motivation to get out of bed every day and continue bringing y'all some videos, you know what I'm saying? The love has been such a welcoming thing in my daily life, and to be honest, I have none other than y'all to thank for that. Anyway, enough of the sappy stuff. Y'all already know we got As soon as I saw the title for this chapter, I already knew who it was going to be about. What you can do literally stemmed back to what happened prior to MYMO becoming a false god. And if we're being real, it stems even further back to, or was that around the same time frame? I think it was when we got the, you know what, I'll be getting into that in a little bit anyway. Amo had failed and got shit talked by MYMO, then consoled and given a bit of encouragement from Engine. You know, a little, I guess, advice, encouragement, same shit, right? Once all of that happened, I already knew that at some point in the future, she was going to get her moment. But as we see the festival post being controlled by MYMO, we run into Aisha getting pushed around in the streets, man. And to add to that, she doesn't even want to use her Jinky to heal the injured because of the idea that, you know, she'll get bashed for using her Jinky. But to save his little sister, as he always does, in comes August, and with him, somebody that seemingly has a hole in his stomach. One thing that Urana has shown throughout the times we get to see these two together is that their bond is extremely strong. And seeing August like this actually adds a whole new dimension to him that we didn't even know existed. We already knew that he was a crazy, fun-loving workaholic with one of the goofiest personalities we've seen in the manga. Sort of reminds me of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. Damn, I'm old as hell. I'm pretty sure not many of y'all are gonna get that reference. But this serious side of him was really interesting, and seeing just how much he cares for his sister makes me proud as an older brother because, to be real, I was the same way with my little sister. But anyway, as they get ready to set up shop and heal somebody, a certain someone decided to make their grand reintroduction. We haven't seen Wing in a minute. Or have we? I'm still sticking to my guns and saying that Wing is Lily in disguise because, come on now, have we seen Lily and Wing in the same room? Anyway, we leave there and we end up with Amo and Fu, two characters who I think had the potential to have some sick-ass synergy on the battlefield. And in this moment, Amo is dealing with her inner conflict, and that was the things that MYMO has said to her. To combat those harsh truths, she is reminded of the truths that Engine told her, and I really like that because it gives Amo's character a bit more depth, introducing a situation that she has to face for the first time, and not to mention something else we'll be talking about here in a second. But as she's dealing with these thoughts, she asks Fu if he thinks he's strong, and of course, he responds with when he has orders. This makes me wonder about a plethora of things, and one of them being whether or not she'd be able to remove that limiter from him. You know what? I'm going to make that its own video because I think it deserves its own video. Anyway, Amo goes on to explain that she's weak and that she doesn't have any experience, and that if she never does anything, she'll never get more experience. Like I had mentioned earlier, Amo happened to have a conversation with Corvus prior to the Doll Festival about her powers and how she could get all of that together. And to be real, this conversation holds a ton of relevance for now because now she's looking to actually accomplish what she was told from Corvus, right? She's looking to accomplish that feat. So with all of this in mind, she decides that she wants to go back to Rudo and help. And to do that, she needs food to protect her. And obviously, right, when given an order, of course our little nerd Fu is going to accompany her and aid her in whatever it is that she got planned. But this is where I got excited because when we turn the page, she begins to talk about wanting to stop lying to herself and stand on her own 2 feet. And in doing that, we're shown her past. This was quite the turn because we always knew that this was a tough subject for her to face, understanding that what she experienced wasn't really love. But now it's time to face that reality, and this is where she'll get her power up, right? Right? This is when that's gonna happen, when she's gonna overcome her past and finally get what she deserves? Well, we'll just have to see about that. But as we're perusing our way through the streets, you'll notice a certain heel, one that we've seen one other time. And that was the photographer whom I assumed was a relative of Ryo's that's working with MYMO. Now, why is this important? Because when you think about the situation, why would she be out in the streets? In what world does it make sense that she would be away from the stage? Well, on the next page, Amo noticed that Goka was carrying Zanka, and after seeing all that blood, she started sweating. And that's more than likely due to the fact that it probably made her extremely anxious. But why is this important, you ask? Well, it makes you wonder if the photographer is following Goka to potentially infiltrate wherever it is they're going. Or is there an even bigger play at hand here? Very curious to see where this is going. But anyway, if you thought that shot of Zanka was all the shock she was going to get here, then get ready, because as Amo and Fu are headed to the venue, she's seeing all of this destruction. She sees Engine's umbrella. And as she turns the corner to the stage, we get the spread of MYMO dangling Rudo by his arm. And to end the chapter, we were left with these words. Now, all she can do is watch this tragedy. That shit was chilling, because what does this really mean? What tragedy? When you think about it, the only thing that I could think of is the idea that everybody else on the team got destroyed. And what's more is the fact that it's ongoing. So she's probably gonna have to watch Rudo get the shit beat out of him. I wonder what Urana Sensei has in store for us in the next chapter. Well, I guess we'll have to wait until next week to find out. This chapter was hella short. It was only 12 pages, but usually when she does this, that means we'll have more to look forward to in the next chapter. Probably like around 18 or 19 pages maybe. I'm being extremely optimistic with that. But anyway, how did you guys feel about this chapter? Make sure y'all let me know down in the comment section below. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. I appreciate y'all for always coming through and supporting the videos the way y'all have. It means so much to a small creator like me. I always have to remind myself that I'm not that big of a creator to keep myself humble and grounded. You never want to get too big-headed in this space, because you see what happens once motherfuckers get out of their element and try to assert themselves in conversations they don't belong in or have never been a part of. But aside from that, man, I hope y'all will continue to come through and support me like that for years to come. And with that, I'll continue to give y'all the content y'all need, so thank you in advance. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here and edit this video. Y'all enjoy y'all morning, afternoon, and night, wherever y'all are. I'm DomoSenpai, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.